What's popping? What's popping? You see, my main thing is photography, so photography is going to always be my main point. But it still goes for all the other arts, also. Music, whatever it is. So when you first started photography, at first you're gonna imitate. You're gonna be inspired a lot by a lot of photographers. So you're gonna kind of have an identity naturally, but in a way you're gonna feel like, damn, like my pictures, I just don't have that. If somebody look at my pictures, see, when people, when you have an identity in photography, when people just send you random DMs and be like, I thought you took this picture. I thought this was your picture. That's when you come into something, and that's when I knew I was like, damn, this really is for me. When people started to send me DMs, to this day, when people send me DMs and be like, this looks like something that you would take, and it's gonna come slow. At first, yeah, you're gonna have to, you're gonna be inspired by other photographers. You're gonna be looking at their work, and you're gonna be like, sometimes you're gonna even copy their work on a photo shoot. But it's all a part of it. It's very little photographers that come in the game and they just start doing their own thing. It's very little photographers that do that. And some they'll say that they do that, but it's all cap. It's all cap. You just don't know how they get their ideas and stuff like that. But it's ironic because once you get in the game and you do that, you start copying other photographers' poses, and then it's gonna come a time where you like, man, fuck that. I'm thinking of my own shit. Like you gonna just be off the top, and sometimes you're gonna use a picture. Like for example, me, I use my ideas mostly. It's crazy because my ideas come from movies and everyday life. It's crazy. I'll be out driving, walking, and I see something and I just put it in my notes. I put it in my notes and I just create other ideas from that one pose, from that one movement, from that one word. Man, look, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was driving Lyft one time, and this girl or this woman, she got in. She was drunk, leaving the bar, and the ride was like 45 minutes. So I'm like, cool. So we're in the car talking, and she telling me a story about her dad. Because I told her I'm from Louisiana, and she told me a story about her dad. And she said her dad and her used to listen to, damn, let me think of it. Shit, I forgot the name. It's a jazz player, though. It's a jazz player, so they used to listen to him all the time. So she told me, can you please turn it on and turn it up real high? So I turned it up, and she had like scoot up in the middle of both of the seats, of the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and she just like put her elbows on the seat, and she was just like singing, and then she leaned back and she was just like singing, and I'm like, damn, this like a scene from a movie. And that's how, I don't know how I think like this, but that's how I get my ideas. So like in the future, I put that shit in my notes, like you start off a movie. I'm telling y'all my secrets and shit, but nobody gonna do that shit anyway, or nobody gonna do it how I'm gonna do it. But I'm putting that shit in my notes. Like the movie starts off with a girl thinking about her father singing in a cab. That's how I think, and that's how I say you gotta use life as your tool. Life is really your tool, and this is a secret, man. When you first start photography and you don't know how to shoot, you don't know what to shoot, man, get out in the world. Go take a walk. Go to the park. Go where they go skating at. Go to the park. Just watch people live, and you will get all your answers. And I had to learn that, and even with the movies, go look at your favorite movies. And I'm giving y'all real shit, right? See, this real shit they're not gonna tell you, because I want to see people become photographers and like be happy about this shit. Even before you start getting paid, you get off work, you got a photo shoot. Even before you start getting paid, like I want people to be happy with this, because it's just something about when you create a picture and you see the print and 5 years go by and you look at that picture again, you like, wow, I remember this time. It's no other feeling. It's no other feeling. And yeah, so like we was in the car, 45-minute ride, and she was just telling me about her dad and how much she missed him and how her life decisions changed once he died. And I was like, damn, man, life is like this will sound crazy, but I look at it as a big movie, a big photo shoot. It just has all your answers, and you want to use your life, your thinking process, your experiences, the way you see stuff, the way you hear things. You want to use that for your advantage, because no one can think like you. No one can comprehend stuff like you. So you use that to your advantage. That's your secret weapon. You don't have to be out here praising everybody else. Oh, this guy got this. No, everybody's operating on different forms, different levels, different timing. You have to realize what you want and how you want it. And you have to get, if you can, if you like watching movies and getting ideas, cool. If you like listening to people talk, I'm telling you, you listen to people talk and like you just watch people live life and stuff like that, man, your photography gonna be booming. I can't wait till I get my 68 Mustang out here and I'm just riding around, and I'm telling you, y'all go see, man. It's going to be crazy, because that's my baby. That's what I've been waiting on. And I just envisioned myself. I saw, I'm not good with names, man. Fuck. I wish I was good with names, but, he a photographer, but I saw a documentary and he had this convertible in the early 90s, and he was riding in Cali. He went to the hotel, to some big hotel, and he was just seeing which models he was gonna choose for his calendar or something like that. And I'm like, damn, man, like that's the life. And I'm not talking about life, the expensive lux, nah, just to have that signature car that explains you. I don't want a Vet. I don't want a Rolls Royce. I don't want a Lamborghini. I don't want that. To me, not to you, but to me, those cars are soulless. I don't want nothing that everyone has. And that's how you gotta view life. You don't want something that everybody else got. You want something that marks you, something that speaks to your soul. And that's what we get caught up in. We get caught up in what everybody else got. No. You different from everybody else. You want to start listening to your soul. You want to start listening to what sets your soul on fire. Damn, I'm telling you. It's certain things in this life, you probably forgot about it because you probably don't think about it. But it's certain things that sets your soul on fire. It's certain things that only you love that sets your soul on fire. And you have to reconnect with those things. I'm telling you. You have to reconnect with those things. Just like I say with photography, videography, your music. Yeah, you're going to have to work jobs, do gig work. You're going to have to do that until you get where you want to get. And most people, not going to get to that level where they making money. But that's why I say you always want to do something that you love. Something that you love. That's why I posted yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I said, when you get your camera, photograph your family. And just look at it like you doing. See, pictures is something that tells about our history. It tells us who our grandfather was, what he did, how he walked, how he talked, how he smiled. That shit hits different, man. Look, I probably saw one picture of my grandfather. One picture. I know my grandmothers and stuff like that. I know my family, but I never saw like my great grandfather, stuff like that. See, you want to capture that. So when you 55, 60, 65 years old, your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, they have something to look at. They have something to say, oh, this my family line. It's important, man. You want to document, if you're a videographer, you start videoing your family, those moments. You know, it may not feel special. It may not feel special right now to you, but 30 years from now, when when your family members, the young ones watching those videos, they gonna feel some kind of way, man. They gonna be like, damn, like this my cool ass family. Like that shit, I'm telling you, I don't regret. If I knew about photography in high school, my whole life would change. I would have a camera. I would have been documenting everything in high school. I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't even play sports. Yeah, I would probably play football because I love football and shit. But I would have had a camera on me 24/7. You know, it's just something about photography, man. And that's how you gotta feel about what you love. You know, you gotta feel like your time is coming, and like the title say, you gotta create things that only you can create. So you use how you see the world. You use your mistakes. You use your You use all that. Like for my next books, people can create a book. They can create a photography book, but it's not gonna be like mine because I see, I hear everything differently. I feel things differently. You know, the way I see the world is not how everybody see the world, and I'm glad, because I'll be out here wanting to do everything everybody else doing, but I'm like, nah. I know you got to know where you're going. You got to know your vision. That's why I say always have that vision board, because that vision board will remind you. Sometimes you have to update that shit while you at work. Updating it, keep updating it, because you steady evolving. Always never go the route where the trend is. You know, never just go to a group because it's trendy and you can make some easy money. Nah. You don't want to do that. I'm telling you, because you just gonna be in a saturated group. Man, look, I saw a video on YouTube of these special rat traps, and it was like rat traps where the rat was going to fall in like this glass box, and they just kept going one by one, but it was some of the rats who went around it and they didn't go in. That's how you gotta be. I'm not comparing y'all to no fucking rats. But you get the point. Like, that's how you gotta be. You gotta see shit for what it is. Everybody going? No. You have to do your own thing when it comes to your art, you know? And you have to be proud of it. You know, I know some people might make a song or a painting, or you writing a book and you say, man, this shit sounds stupid. No. Write it. You know, that's your thoughts. You don't want to sound perfect like everybody else. You don't want, no. Fuck that. Be you. You know, be you when it comes to creating, because that's what's going to keep you standing out, and you're not going to be in a saturated space. You know, you're going to feel like you can breathe, like no one else is like you. You know, when they show your work, people going to be like, wow, god damn, like it's going to be like a breath of fresh air. And that's how I feel. You know, I don't know how people look at my YouTube content, but I just feel like my shit is like a breath of fresh air, because I'm not on here talking about, oh, I can buy this, man, that shit does not matter, you know, unless you're not, you know, unless that's just who your personality is. You know, it's all about the things you are creating, what you're looking forward to, and what things do you love. That's it. You know, that's all this shit is about. And you have to stay connected to your soul. The shit that speak to you, you have to stay connected to it, because if you don't, I'm telling you, the further, like I always say, the further you get away from it, the more depressed you're going to be. So find that thing that you love, find the things that you love to do, and create it in your own voice. Listen to your thoughts. Go back to when you was growing up. Just put all that shit together like gumbo, and, you know, and let's go.